Whoa. I don't know if that's how that goes.
I liked it.
Okay.
We do a little ad lib. Are we recording?
We are.
Okay. Hello, Miss Kalina.
Hello, Kaci.
Oh, she's getting her sexy voice on.
Hi, Kaci.
Hi, Kalina.
We are.
Oh, we are. Medium
Mixology.
That was so off.
I actually liked it.
We're going to keep it, guys. We're going with it. We're just being real.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yep. 2025.
So welcome.
Here we go.
25, our real authentic selves. Haven't we always been, though? Okay.
Dicks? Did you say dick?
No. I said, oh, I did that. Sorry, that was going to be so loud in your ears, you guys. I screamed. I said, haven't we always been authentic?
Yeah.
Not
a dick?
I love that's what you heard, though.
Not dicks?
No.
We don't like dicks.
No.
Yes, we do.
I was all no.
Why are we talking?
I have no idea. Do we have to restart it? We just lost our listeners. We're going to restart.
Sorry, Mama Penny.
She'd be like, what is wrong with you? Do you want to be professional or not? I can hear her. She's like, what is your life choices are something to be concerned about.
Is this your highest? Why am I so tall?
I like that though. You can be taller than me. That's fine. I'll slouch. I don't mind being the short girl. So I am Kaci Carlson.
I am Kalina Converse.
And we are Medium Mixology. What is happening?
I don't know.
You guys, we're going to have some fun. Kalina and I already are, but this episode is extra fun.
What?
What? Do we need to push pause? Kalina, I need you to take a grounding breath with me. Everyone all together. Let's inhale through the nose.
I don't know.
Slow exhale.
It's the earth. It's grounding.
She's very rooted.
Okay.
Here's what's happening. You guys, grab your drink, whatever you want. Whatever's speaking to you tonight. We have a little Starbucks drink here.
Oh, yeah, again.
Yes.
We did it again.
We did it again. We're feeling the Starby vibes.
Yeah.
And so we threw that in with a little...
It's a mango dragon fruit refresher with some Malibu rum.
We're on an island somewhere.
This is momming level professional.
Seriously, though. Sip and see.
Spirits and mediums.
Wild and free. Oh, cheers. Her finger got in the way.
We're sitting on the ground in the yoga studio room with our drinks, candles around us.
That's amazing.
Is it?
Yes, you guys try the dragon fruit. You know what? You could also add a little bit of Sprite if you want it to be like a mocktail. Yes. Throw some sparkling. Should we start with the chills of the week or go straight into it?
Well, I apologize for being a little
nasally. I'm just joking. You're not. We did one episode where I had a cold. I swear I was talking in a baritone level. I was like, I'm Kaci Carlson.
Like your voice is so sexy. I'm not sexy. I'm just nasally. You turned sexy, and I turned into Steve Urkel.
I turned into a man. So, I mean, but you do find men sexy, so I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
That would make sense.
So, do you find Steve Urkel sexy?
I mean.
Because I'm giving Urkel vibes.
You just need the suspenders. I find suspenders sexy.
Me too. Okay, I made
shirtless
all of my groomsmen.
Oh.
Wear
the suspenders.
Tuxes, but without the jacket. Cute. Just the suspenders and the bow tie. Cute. It was giving like Magic Mike vibes.
That's why you did it. You're like, and can you guys do down the first 4 buttons? I mean, that's good.
And
just
then
a couple.
Halfway through the church service, we're just going to rip them off.
When Andrew goes to say yes, everyone rip and open, and he'll yell yes. He's like a Superman moment. Like, yeah, I am here.
Love it.
Yes. Okay, so have you guys played Never Have I Ever? Yes. No? As if you guys are live. Everyone respond, please. Click a yes or a no. Give me a thumbs up emoji.
We're so
sorry.
Funny.
I'm so stupid.
We totally should do this one live.
Oh, should we wait?
No,
we're in it to win it. Okay, so our first one is never.
Wait, how do you play?
Okay, so girl, I don't even know actually. Okay,
I think you say it. Technically, you're not supposed to say it if you've done it. But
that's
there are
right.
only 2 of us, so you're just going to read the question. We're going to go down the list. Go down the list. Read the question, and then if one of us have done it, we drink.
We take a drink.
Holy
okay.
Shit, we're gonna
Oh, for the love.
Okay, here we go.
Never have I ever felt a spirit standing behind me. Grab the cup.
There we go. And you guys can play with us.
Yes.
Grab your
cheers. Get your
cocktail,
drink.
mocktail,
tea, soda, whatever.
Yeah, I don't recommend hard liquor for this one.
I second that.
Okay. So have you, Kaci, or you, our listeners, never have I ever heard a voice, but no one was there?
We're going to be drinking through this whole thing.
This is so great. We
Cheers.
might need a refill.
Yeah.
Our rum is gone. Okay, here we go.
Next one. Never have I ever received a message from someone I didn't know.
For someone.
For someone.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Is that what I said? Have received a message for someone I didn't know.
Oh, like somebody at the grocery store.
Yes. Which we both have.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. Cheers. You go.
Never have I ever avoided a room because the energy felt off.
That was freaking yesterday.
Yes.
Like, isn't that like all the time? Yes.
Yep.
Never have I ever cried because of an overwhelming spirit connection.
Yes.
Drink to that.
All right. Never have I ever sensed a spirit through a scent.
What Claire is that?
Claire aliens.
Love it. And we both have.
It should be Claire scent.
That's what I always want to say. That's why I threw it on you. I was like,
a dad joke.
No, but that's what I think. I'm like, why is this not? It is a dad joke. It's like a medium dad joke. But why have I not?
Yeah,
Why do
it's
they not
clairalience,
do? Yes,
right?
it does not make sense to me. I always want to say it's clairsentience. I tell a quick story on that.
Sentience is sense.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it should be like the scent to what you smell.
Okay, but scent is SCENT is a scent.
Well, we don't
and
gotta get
sense
technical.
is SENSE.
We don't need to get technical.
Sense and scent.
I hear you. I do get that. But like if you're just auditory, you're listening.
I really like spelling.
I do too. I wanted to be in a spelling bee. It was like my dream to be in a spelling bee. Oh my word. I would have too. That was my thing. Yes. I could spell, but I couldn't do numbers.
Oh my gosh. And I once upon a time went to one of those rooms where they lock people in.
A spelling bee competition?
No, they lock people in the room.
Wait, what? Okay, this feels like a traumatic story. Hold on. Let me let me
It's like an escape room.
Okay. I was like, what? Who locked you in a room? This is a different podcast, Kalina. This is not for drama.
No, I went to an escape room once, and you had to like find the misspelled words in the books in order to like solve.
Okay, you need to lead with escape room, and not they locked me in a room, and I was like, who the hell locked her in a room?
That's amazing. Okay, they locked me into an escape room.
Yes.
And then how to escape? One of the clues you had to find the misspelled words. And then tie together the misspelled words. And I'm so good at spelling that.
You nailed it.
I nailed it.
I love
just
that.
Like you wanted.
Mine was, I was dancing with friends. It was actually just a couple nights ago. We're just hanging out, have a good time dancing. And I smelt burnt blueberries. That's like the only way I can describe it. And I leaned over. I'm like, do you guys smell that? I think I'm like dry heaving. I was literally like, woo, like it felt like it was coming up. And my husband's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, you don't smell like someone like burned blueberries. So we were listening to this dude play guitar and everything. And we're dancing, hanging out. And he's like, where are you getting burnt blueberries? And I was like, I asked my friend, I'm like, hey, do you smell that? She's like, what? Like, I don't smell anything. And I was like, someone burned blueberries. It's so strong. I'm going to throw up. And then finally it registered because there's so many people around. Someone was coming through. Maybe it was like grandma and she made muffins and they have a memory. She burnt the blueberry muffins, whatever. I quickly shut it down because it was making me nauseous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So love that. Okay. Never have I ever had my electronics.
Oh, for the love. You guys, the fridge in the kitchen just got super loud. It freaked me out.
Just acted weird. Never have I ever had my electronics act weird during a reading.
Huh. Well, cheers.
Cheers to that.
Never have I ever felt like someone was touching me when no one was there. We have that often.
For that one. Never have I ever experienced chills when delivering a message.
Yeah, that's like all the time, isn't it? That's a huge sign for me. You feel it. Never have I ever guessed a stranger's name without being told.
Okay, so we were just talking about this today with me and my mom, and for some reason, I'm getting names a lot.
Yeah. I know, that's a strong one for me too. Names will come in so randomly.
Never have I ever known something about someone before meeting them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. My kids will play this game. They think it's so funny. And especially my oldest, she'll be like, Mom, I need you to lock in. I'm like, okay, I'm locking in. And I know she means you're going to rechannel it. I'm like, okay, who? And she's like, okay, I have someone at work and they're kind of creeping me out. What are you getting? So I did this like 2 nights ago.
I like that you guys have like
she's
verbiage.
Like, lock in. Yeah, she's like, lock in. And I guess it's like slang right now. My teenagers are teaching me. My son does it all the time. He's like, Mom, lock in. It means like you're just focused. Like, listen, you're ready to go. Right? Kind of thing. And so she's like, lock in. I'm like, okay. And so she says that. And I said, does this person have glasses? Like sandy blonde hair? And then I was like, oh, he looks at a lot of porn. And she's like, I don't want to know that part. But yes, he probably does. But yes, he has glasses. He's got sandy blonde hair. And she's like, but what color is his hair now? And I'm like, I don't know. I just saw like kind of sandy blonde, maybe dirty blonde. She's like, wrong. And I was like, what? You just said yes. She's like, well, he dyed it blue. I'm like, but what are his roots? She's like, sandy blonde. I was like, shut up, Taylor. So
like that.
Yeah, I know, right? So they always do that. They're like, so I've never met him. And she's like, what are you getting?
That's so crazy. You know what's crazy is like my mom today was talking about her great aunt, her aunt. So she's saying these names, and as she's saying them, and it's like distant relative.
Yeah.
It's almost like a computer system in my brain. So she says, my cousin, I see her cousin, never met her, but I like visualize her. And then she says, my cousin's brother. And immediately I see him struggling with addiction. I see him doing this. I see him doing that. And so I'm asking her these questions like, oh, did he struggle with addiction, or did he have brown hair, or did he like to play baseball or whatever it is? And she's like, yeah, that's him. And then like eager for like, yeah, that's him. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Got him.
Yeah, like it's almost like it's like you give me a name and I see not even a name, just a description or something. And I just see like a download, like a file accessed in my brain of like that person as they're talking. It's the craziest
and I think sometimes I'll ask questions to be like, hey, are they shorter? Are they tall? And it almost, if they give me a confirmation, like, yes, like it helps me to channel their energy more.
Yeah. And they're telling a story and it has nothing to do with that. It's almost like watching a movie, but you can't see it. You're just listening. And in your head, you're like playing the real, like you're visualizing.
Yes, I think that's why we liked reading. We both have said we loved reading. I read all the time growing up. I don't do as much now because I'm too busy. But read all the time growing up. Read way more than I watched TV or anything else. But I think it's because it's so visual. Yeah. I'd read it and I'd see the characters. I could just detailed description of each character. Yeah. Yep. So that makes sense. Okay, so never have I ever been woken up by a spirit. Every damn night.
That's funny.
Cheers.
That's amazing. I like that you got that one.
Right.
Never have I ever smelled a loved one's favorite perfume out of nowhere.
Let me think specifically perfume. A loved one's favorite. Yeah, I know. It's like, well, no drink on that. Never have I ever gotten a headache from too much spiritual energy.
I have, definitely.
Have you? I don't know if mine's an actual headache, but I'll get spinning. My vertigo.
No, I'll get actual tension headaches. Like, okay, too much.
Okay, yeah. Mine, I'll start spinning.
Yeah. Never have I ever seen something out of the corner of my eye and realized it was a spirit.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
The last day I have a woman in white in my house.
What, today or yesterday?
Today.
Oh, today.
Twice.
Yeah.
Like in the last day, like today.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I've seen her twice in my bathroom. Woman in
white.
Oh,
that's fun. Oh, I like that.
She's almost in a wedding gown.
Oh, that's pretty. I had a man in my house today and I kept saying, okay, you can stay. Right now you're not freaking me out. But if you do, you got to go. Because I was home alone. All my kids are gone at school. It's silent.
You talk to spirits as though you're like, bro.
Literally, he was right there. In fact, he even went outside to the back door. And for a moment, I thought it was a real person trying to come through the back door. So I walked over to go lock it. I'm like, oh, okay, it's you. Like, bro, now you're messing with me. So now you're going to have to go.
Yeah, it's
like
the woman in white.
Yeah.
I saw twice. I looked twice and I was like, oh, okay, like, it's just
she's
you.
There. Isn't it funny? We just, on a random Monday,
like, okay,
that's what we get.
Woman in white. Like, yeah. What up?
It's fine. Never have I ever delivered a message that made someone cry in a good way. Yes,
we have. Except for,
sometimes it's not in a good way.
No. I learned lessons
honestly,
is
it always, I mean, let's be honest. If you're talking about someone they miss and love, they're going to also crying because they're sad.
Yeah. Never have I ever felt drained after being in a crowded space.
100%.
I love crowded spaces. I thrive in them.
I do too. And you know what's funny? I think you and I are some of the few psychic mediums from what I have paid attention to that like crowds. I think it's also because we're extroverts. But I will say to a point, if I've been going and doing and being around a lot of people, I'm like, I got to stay home.
Yeah, me too.
Like I can't.
Yeah. Your turn.
Never have I ever talked to my spirit guides in the middle of a chaotic day.
Okay.
That's just like,
every
every single.
I'm always talking to them.
Yes.
Never have I ever felt a strong pull toward a specific location and later found out why. Oh my gosh, that was my our very first episode.
Oh, wait, what was that one?
When I stopped, when I took a different direction home and there was a lady
yes.
on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cheers. Never have I ever felt something during a reading that I couldn't explain knowing. Never have I ever told someone something during a reading that I couldn't explain knowing. Well, yes.
Yeah, and what do you do in that circumstance? Because I've kind of shifted over the years.
You helped me with that actually, because it would come through quick, and it's like they wouldn't necessarily know what it meant, but I'm like, no, it's definitely for them, right? And so I would keep trying to go down it, and then you were like, just remind them, like, hey, maybe save it for later, because sometimes that's the psychic stuff coming through. It could happen to you tomorrow, months from now, a year from now.
I like to say, I'm just going to leave this with you then.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm like, who's Jeremy? And you're like, I don't know Jeremy. I'm like, okay, just save it. Just keep it. Maybe and then most of the time I'll get a text like 2 days later being like, I know 3 Jeremys and I'm about ready to go to lunch with my boss and his name is Jeremy. And it's like, oh, okay. Because when somebody's looking directly at you, telling you, who is this? And you're like, oh, I don't know. Like, your mind is in 100 different places.
It's true. In fact, I had a text just this morning and she's like, remember when you told me that you saw a completely new shift to change a direction for me in January? Well, it happened. Like just this morning, I got a whole thing.
You are really good at timelines, I have to say. Because you told me timelines and it is always dead accurate.
And I'm trying to trust it because it'll be like, I don't know why this month keeps coming up every time I'm around you, or this date.
Yeah, it's really frustrating when I'm like, so what's going to happen in the next month? And you're like, I don't know, but I'm getting April. And I'm like, I don't want April. I want to know right now.
Oh, I have the best story for this. Bless my mom. She just told me this last night. She's like, Kaci, so remember how I'm going to try and condense this story. My mom and dad's heater went out. My brother who lives in Payson was like, hey, I'm ordering these space heaters until mom and dad replace their big AC unit. I'm like, got it. He's like, don't let mom buy a room heater because it's coming, but also don't tell her I bought them because I don't want her to try and stop me. You get it. So I was like, got it. Totally. So he doesn't live here and I live right by them. So I'm like, hey mom. And I thought that I said, hey, you have something coming on Saturday. Don't buy any room heaters, right? Like that's all I'm going to say. And she was like, what? And I'm like, that's all I was told to say. So don't buy. And I'm not realizing my mom knows I'm psychic medium, but I'm like, I can't tell you anything else. Just don't buy a heater. Wait for something to come Saturday. She's all, oh, okay. And I should have read the tone in her voice, but I was in a hurry. So I was like, okay, gotta go. Love you. Bye. So then last night she's like,
that wasn't very,
but like in my mind, it made sense. You go to deliver it and I'm like, well, that's what I meant. Like there's space heaters coming. Don't buy anything. But my brother said, don't tell her I got it. So I don't know. I guess I was worried about it, which doesn't surprise me. Sometimes I am for sure. And so my mom was like, Kaci, now Saturday has come and gone, right? She's like, you terrified me. And I was like, what? She's like, well, on Wednesday or Thursday, you had said, I saw something is coming Saturday. So don't buy the heaters. Like, don't do anything. Just wait. Something's arriving. And I was like, I didn't say it like that. She's like, yeah, you did. Like you said, I saw. And I was like, I don't remember saying I saw something coming. I didn't even connect it, Kalina. She's like, I have literally been so anxious for days. And I was like, she's like, you were so cryptic. And then I was like, Kaci saw something bad and she doesn't want to tell me. So she's like, I literally was praying every day. Like, please bless that we'll be safe. Please watch over us. And I was like, oh, Mom, I am so sorry.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. So
we forget, right?
You are absolutely held like at a different, it's not a standard. It's almost like just a different,
like in a category.
Yes. So like you have to be so uber careful what you say to people.
And how you say it.
I had a friend that was sick and I was like, well, your wife will be taking care of you. Yeah. And then like I later found out that they got in a fight because the husband was like, did you hear her? You weren't taking care of me before and now you need to take care of me. And I was like, whoa.
I'm just casually saying like.
Yeah. Like it's. You like be careful.
Yes.
Words have power, and if you don't know that, be a psychic medium, and all of a sudden, wait,
they're like, but you said, and I'm like, well, hell, I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry.
We are people too.
I know. I was laughing, so I'm like, Mom, you could have asked me. She's like, I felt like I couldn't. You were like, don't do anything.
Cryptic.
I'm stupid.
That's amazing.
Just funny.
Okay, so we have a deeper dive version of questions, and if you are watching online, we have papers. And we're reading off the papers these questions. We have Chat GPT them. Good old
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
Yeah. For fun.
So we don't even know the questions. We decided not to read them before we are on here because we kind of thought it'd be more fun that way. And so we're just taking turns reading them.
Okay. We'll just do some random ones.
Okay.
You go.
Never have I ever had a spirit crash my date night and try to send a message to my date.
You know, I haven't had that with my date because it's my husband. And I know all his family that he knows without going to too many details. I haven't because he doesn't know all his family that has passed. And sometimes nor does he want to. So if that makes sense, anytime they have come through and I'm like, do you have this and this?
Specifically your date, meaning your husband.
Oh,
if we're just out and somebody's trying to talk to you and
Yes.
you're like, oh, I know this about you.
Yeah.
Like the bar that we went to or that I went to with my friend and the guy was hitting on me and I was like, he wasn't my date, but I was like, okay, I know you're talking to two women right now.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, that has happened.
So that's like a total crash of a date.
That is for sure. So cheers.
Cheers to that. Okay, your turn.
Never have I ever had a spirit haunt me after a night out following me home. Yes. I'm all yes. You know what's funny is Kalina and I both had this happen. I know we've had it separately as well, but we were recording here. If you guys didn't see, it was our Salem episode. Mm-hmm. Whatever we did, what we talked about from Salem, I swear followed us.
Yes.
And we both felt it getting in our cars separately, driving home. Totally. Yeah. And we like Marco Polo'd. We're talking on video chat. Like, hey, I feel this. Do you feel it? And Kalina's like, yes, 100%. Well, we both were feeling it.
What's crazy is you just got a new car. Talk about like the seat in the back being on and off.
Oh, my word. Okay, so it has like these sensors and stuff, and I don't know all these little gadgets and whatever. Well, I get in my car, and it's nighttime, and I get in, I start it, and all of a sudden, the sensor comes on for seatbelt needs to be put on your passenger in the back seat. Not even right here in the right to my side in the back passenger seat. And I was like, okay, so I tried to tap in super fast. It sounds like slow works. I'm describing it. Is it a human that's back there actually? Should I turn? Is it spirit? Because obviously I'd rather it be spirit. And so I was like, who is in my car? And so I slowly start to turn and I hit my legs. I can't see anything. And I'm terrified there's going to be someone with a gun or a knife. And I look back and there's nobody, but I get the chills. And I'm like, you know what? Could you like be cool and just like let me know you're going to come in my car first? I mean, I don't mind. But you literally just gave me a heart attack. I'm like, where's my gun? You're like, what do I do?
Totally. Was it that night?
No, it was another night. Yeah, no, it was another because that night I had my old car. She didn't have any gadgets. She's old.
Yep. Okay. So never have I ever gotten an intuitive sense of someone's deepest secret after one drink.
I've gotten that without a drink.
I have gotten it. I get
it doesn't.
Shit all the time.
It doesn't matter.
And I'm like,
drink or no drink.
Do I pretend? Do I? It's kind of like an elephant in the room
yes.
But like when people know you're psychic medium, they kind of think that you already know. And
but
so then you're like, do you look at them? Do you not?
Yeah. Right. But you know what? It's also like, it's that whole thing where someone tells you a secret and they're like, but don't tell anyone. It's between you and me. And you're like, okay, yeah, I know I won't. And you're just jonesing to say something, but you don't because you told them you wouldn't. That's how it feels like. That comes in and I'm like, oh, I want to say like, girl, did you do this and this? Or do you know your husband's cheating? You know? But it's like, I can't tell you.
Think cheating is like a huge
that
secret.
comes through fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
So easy. And it's like, especially if both the people are in the room, they can be on opposite sides, not even looking each other backs. And I'm like, whoa, like it's almost like a string tied between them.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you get a lot of relationship stuff for sure.
So many.
You're like you're like they just got divorced, or he's talking to two girls, or for sure you do.
It's the clear empathy. Like I feel the emotion.
Yeah,
like I'm like, oh, I feel two women. I feel it's totally that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Your turn.
Okay, never have I ever had a spirit offer me advice on my love life. After too many cocktails. I don't think I've had advice on my love life. I mean, like, no, that would
I don't think so either. I actually feel like I would like that. Please offer me advice.
I'm open. What do you got? Maybe someone who was married for like 60 years, hit me up with your advice. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you got?
Never have I ever tried to give a reading at a bar and ended up with more questions than answers.
Yeah, I would say. Because sometimes stuff will come in, like we said, and they don't have the answer.
Okay,
You know,
yeah.
like now I have more questions because actually, even though you didn't answer, I got more stuff. So you're not owning it, but more came in, so now I
Yes.
have more questions.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
I was just up north for another yoga teacher training graduation in January, and it was really interesting because we were at a little Irish bar. You know, I love my Irish bars.
love it.
And there was a guy there. I think he was like the bouncer. I nicknamed him Aquaman.
Oh, that's fun.
He looked like him. He had
Okay.
tattoos, big guy,
Cute.
muscles,
Mm-hmm.
like barely a shirt on. It was like a vest,
Oh my word!
chest out, ponytail,
Oh,
hair
you were
long.
vibing.
And I was like, okay, Aquaman, I see you. And he was
That's
like,
funny.
who are you guys? And my go-to statement is, I'm in the CIA. Like,
Oh, that's fun.
I don't tell anybody. I'm like, don't look me up. Don't.
Yeah.
I don't tell them my name. Like,
No.
no.
Mm-mm.
Because if I tell them I'm in the CIA, sorry, I can't tell you anything.
They usually drop it, or they're gonna laugh. They're like, "Yeah, right."
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they're 100% like, yeah,
that's-
right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I can't tell you, I'll have to kill you. Like,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
you don't know
Sorry.
any of my details. But so it was interesting. His mom came in and I was like, so your mom? And he was like, yeah, she's gone. And I said, I know. And my friend elbowed me and was like,
hey.
and I was like, oh, did I say that out loud? And I said that out
Oh,
loud because I
okay.
I only had like 2 drinks. But
Yeah.
I was like, oh crap. Okay.
Like, here we go.
So social etiquette 101. And so he was like, yeah. And I was like, so where do you think your mom is? And he looked at me and he was like, I told you she passed. And I'm like, I know. But like, I could tell he was like having,
Conflict, like
Yes.
turmoil about it.
and he looked at me and he got up and he's like, we're done. And he walked away.
He
And I was
did?
like, I felt so bad.
Oh no, Kalina.
And then I had more questions than answers.
Yeah, because she was coming through quick, so
She
you're
was.
like,
I was like,
oh,
all I
she
kept
wants to
hearing is
talk
mom,
to
mom,
him.
mom.
Yeah.
And he was like, she passed. And I was like, I know. Like, I was like, I know she did. I'm trying to ask you,
yeah.
like, where she is. And he was like, what?
You're like, bro, all you had to say was heaven. That's such an easy answer, right?
No, but I think a lot of people doubt. I think we take it
Yeah.
for granted because we know, but I think so many people doubt where their
And
loved
maybe
ones
that
are.
was the message. Maybe that's why she was
Yeah,
starting
I
to come
failed
through.
in giving it.
Been there, done that.
Okay.
Let's see. Never have I ever mistaken someone for a spirit at a crowded bar because their energy was that strong. So not at a bar, but yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I was like, that's a
real
person. And I was like, no one else saw. I'm like, do you guys see them? There's nobody there. And I'm like, oh, hell.
Yeah,
It was a
okay.
spirit.
I'll
So
drink to that.
cheers.
Never have I ever, this one's funny. Never have I ever used a Ouija board at a party just to watch things get real weird.
Oh, gosh. Did you all see Jerome episode?
If not, let's refer you back to Jerome.
Yes, we both have. Seriously, check that episode out if you haven't. It's funny. Never have I ever felt the presence of a spirit so strong I had to excuse myself from the dance floor.
No, when I'm dancing, I'm
And just
fully in
high
my
vibe.
dance.
Yeah, we're not trying to channel anything. We're just having a good time. Yeah, so no.
Never have I ever had a spirit give me a message during karaoke and now I can't stop singing about it. No.
No.
But if anybody wants to like give me their voice during
You're like, I'll channel that.
I am open to
Yeah.
receive that.
You know what I have gotten though? I've gotten random songs that come in. I know you have too. And then that song is stuck in our head.
Yes.
But you're humming the song. I'm like,
Yes,
I don't
all the
even barely
time.
know that song, but it came through.
That happens a lot.
Yeah, right? I've had it.
Especially for you.
Yeah. I've had it so much to where I'm like, okay, I've heard that song before, but I don't know it. So then I hum into my Google app that my kids taught me. They're
Oh
like,
my
you just
gosh.
hum it. And then the song will come up and I'm like, oh, okay. What do the lyrics mean? Okay, you go.
I just went, but this one's funny. Never have I ever seen a ghost show up while I was in the bathroom and just pretended I didn't notice.
You're like, there's nothing there. It's fine.
That's me every day of my life.
Yep. Yeah. Cheers. Especially if you don't feel like connecting or talking. I'm like, I'm going to ignore you. I have a good one that happened just a couple nights ago. I found out from my 12-year-old. So my 17-year-old that I always say has so many gifts and she just locks it down because she's so scared of it. She saw a little girl. She still hasn't told me about it. She saw a little girl in her bathroom mirror and I wasn't home. And normally she'll call me, and if she just like feels weird or feels something, she's like, Mom, come check this room out, and like tell him to leave. But she literally saw in the bathroom. And so she called my son, my 12-year-old Logan, in. She's like, hey, what do you see? He's like, oh yeah, no, there's definitely a girl. And she's like, well, tell her to leave. And he's like, you can do it. She's like, no, you and Mom do it. Do it. Like, do your magic thing. Yeah. She's like,
no.
Get him out. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I know. Never have I ever accidentally predicted a future event after someone asked for a reading during happy hour. Specifically during happy hour?
That's very specific.
It's very, yeah.
I have predicted a future event.
Yes, I have too, but not, I can't really drink to that because that's not during happy hour.
Never have I ever had a spirit show me a memory of their death or traumatic event. That happens all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Drink up.
Sometimes I feel like I'm the homicide detective.
For real. Never have I ever felt a spirit trying to get my attention by messing with my surroundings.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Throw thing off the wall.
Knock over the shampoo bottle in the shower.
It's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
Family edition. So this is Never Have I Ever family edition for psychic mediums. So here we go. Never have I ever had a spirit interrupt family dinner and deliver a message to someone at the table.
Oh, yes. And I got reamed for it. At a holiday party, we'll say.
Yes. And actually, that is exactly the same holiday that spirit came in and it gave a message to people. And I was like, we were in the,
And you were trying not to tell them?
Yes. And then I ended up telling them and everybody's mouths dropped open because I had like very specific names and dates and stuff.
Oh,
and they were like, what?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm so sorry.
Yes. I mean, it makes sense, especially during a holiday. We both said during like holidays where you've got like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's so close. A lot of people pass during that time and they come through even stronger because you're missing them, thinking about them during the holidays. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Okay. How about this? This is funny. Never have I ever used my psychic abilities to predict the outcome of a family game night and still lost.
Okay, this is funny. I have. I was like, I've done it. But I did it for when they're rolling. This was wild. So we were playing a game. It's Catan. I don't know if you guys ever played it. But the way we set it up where you didn't want to get sevens. And they're like, that's easy. No one gets sevens. I think that was the number. Like no one gets sevens. And I was like, okay, well, I'm manifesting. You all are going to get sevens. In fact, 3 times in a row, you guys are going to roll sevens. And my daughter was like, Mom, stop that crap. You're going to make me lose. Cause she's one of my kids that doesn't believe in it. Yeah. So she's like, I've seen Mom stuff. And so she's like, don't do that. And I was like, no, it's happening. And my dad laughed. My mom laughed. You know, they're all like, sure. 3 in a row. All 3 of them rolled sevens. And they were like, oh, what? I still lost, but I mean, it happened.
Not necessarily for me for family game night, but my husband plays fantasy football and they have pick'ems. And so I'm like, give me the 2 teams and I'll tell you who's going to win between
Ooh, that's fun.
But it's not
playing the lottery
because sometimes it's like a close game. So I'm like, ooh, I see this, but then I see them coming. You know what I mean? So sometimes I get it wrong, obviously. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, you're wrong. You messed my fantasy. And I'm like, okay, it's not, I don't have a direct phone line to God, guys.
Right? You're like, sorry, I'm doing my best.
Yeah. Okay, here's another one. Never have I ever sensed a spirit's presence during a family reunion and pretended I didn't feel it to avoid drama.
Oh, for sure. You're like, I'm not even going there.
Yeah, I was just talking about this because even like funerals for me are kind of hard because being a medium and going to a funeral is
overwhelming.
Well, you're just getting a lot and the spirit is always at their funeral.
Yeah.
It's the same with weddings. Anytime I go to a wedding, I feel lots of spirits there and see like past grandparents or past parents. And being a medium, it's like people in so much grief in that time just want comfort. And if they know you're a medium, they're like, what are you seeing? What are you getting? You know? And so like, you very much have to, I don't know. It's hard.
I saw my brother at my wedding and this was really before anyone knew besides my mom. I mean, pretty much that I could see spirits. And my husband and I, when we were married, there were mirrors. And so you can kind of see it go on and on and on. And we're looking in the mirror and he's saying, you know, that we were whatever he said for you take Adam to be your husband, however the wording is. I looked in the mirror and I saw my brother and I felt my grandma, both my grandmas come in, but I saw my brother and I was like, oh, I wondered if you'd come. So obviously it's just an internal conversation. I'm like, oh, of course he's definitely here.
And then you're like, oh, wait, what?
I'm all, what am I supposed to say now? Sorry,
You're like,
I was
Adam
talking.
who?
Yeah, I was like, oh, sorry, I was talking to my brother.
Yeah.
Like, what?
That's beautiful. Okay, let's do one more.
Okay.
This is a good one.
Okay.
Never have I ever predicted a family member's pregnancy.
Oh, yeah. For sure. I know you have too.
Yeah, family, friends, oftentimes I'll know before they know.
And I'll know the gender sometimes. And the month they're going to be born.
You're like, I'm hearing girl and I'm hearing October. Yep. We have a mutual friend that both of us are like,
we got it. And we had friends ask us, hey, what are you getting for her? We're like getting this, and then like I was like, Kalina got two.
It's
I'm like,
fun with the gender because so far in the last 2 years, I'd say I'm 100% on. Like if I say it's, my sister-in-law just had twins and I was like, it's 2 girls. And they're like, yeah, you know, it could be whatever. And but when it's a girl or a boy, it's 50-50, right? Like, but I've been 100%, I'd say for the past 2 years, 100%.
Oh, that's so cool. I need to pay closer attention. I haven't had a lot of pregnant people around me.
I have tons.
Really? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess like my niece, but I knew she was having a boy. So, but I haven't had a lot to be able to like, oh, this, and this, you know? So, but that's so cool. You got that.
I know. It is fun.
It is fun.
All right. That is a wrap for this week's
game.
episode. I know. That was kind of fun.
That was.
Just to randomly talk about
Good time. I'm Kaci Carlson.
I am Kalina Converse.
And this is Medium Mixology. Cheers.
Bye, guys.